Good morning. So, 6-ish, mobility time.
Anyone who's lifted long enough knows injuries are part of the game, and right now it's something I'm definitely dealing with. And so I guess I've been through this long enough that you start figuring your way around it, start figuring out what you can do and what you can be in control of. And that's kind of the way I handle injuries. Like right now with my knee being fucked, it needs work, and I'm not going to be able to return to normal stuff until I get something done. And I don't know if that's just simply a cortisone shot or a scope, or if I'm gonna have to sit out and actually have surgery. But that doesn't mean I can't find some pain-free options to still lift and still push myself. I don't need to just sit on the fucking couch. It's my knee, so which means deadlifting's not too bad. I can still bench, I can still press. So those things work. Throwing really can't do so much. So I'm gonna make a few adjustments to my rack to see if I can find some pain-free squatting options, maybe using a safety squat bar, doing like a Hatfield squat, using some handles, and doing more of a traditional, like a West Side style box squat where I'm gonna sit back and keep the shin horizontal, a little bit less flex on the knee, but strain on the quads. That's kind of the key. So show you what I'm up to. First thing I'm gonna do is separate these pins I've been using as a weight holder, and I'm gonna turn them into handles. Probably one of the nicer things about the Soreneck setup is how modular it is and how many pieces. That it kind of allows me to have the tools to do whatever I need to keep making progress. Soreneck has worked with athletes for a very, very, very long time. And so they're used to helping athletes be able to stay working, training in and around injuries. And it's just a matter of tinkering to see if I can get this the right feel. So the biggest thing while you're injured is you just have to do what you can. Stay in control of the things that you're in control of. I can still do conditioning. I can still fucking not eat like an asshole. I can still work on mobility. And I can still get stronger. Throwing's gonna have to take a back seat, but I can be prepared for whenever the time comes back that I can engage that, I'm ready. I know this has been said a lot and been said by smarter people than me, but part of injuries is just gonna be able to stay smart. You have to, like right now for me, what's a no-no on my knee? Anything that hurts. And bad pain versus normal pain. I mean, I'm not worried about muscle fatigue. I'm not worried about a little achiness. I've got tendonitis and I've got arthritis in that knee. But I know when things don't feel stable and safe. And that's the feeling I'm gonna avoid. I'm not gonna cause any more damage by being fucking stupid. So, what's gotten me this long from my knee imploding on itself is that my legs are really strong and everything around it is stable and can keep the knee in together. So that's what I'm gonna keep working on. I can't express enough that one of the ways to fucking mitigate getting bummed out about stuff is you have to stay in control of the things you're in control of. Don't fucking throw all that in the garbage too because there's been one setback. Things are going to happen over the career of you being an athlete, you pushing yourself, you lifting, whether it's powerlifting. No one's gonna fucking get out of this injury free. That's just not how it works. If somebody hasn't had any injuries, they just haven't done it long enough. Once you hit a plateau to where you're going to push yourself, you're always going to kind of be on this fine line of hurt and, you know, hurt and healthy. And it kind of lets you know when you start moving into overtraining or you're not training hard enough. And so you start to learn that on your own, and you can start auto-regulating your own training. And you've trained long enough that I've rehabbed. I've been through knee surgery. I know what to do. I know what to do to get ready for probably going to have surgery again. So keep all that in mind and do the things you can. Injuries suck. They really do fuck up and ruin the progress that you are currently making. But that doesn't mean you have to just throw it all out. Just keep grinding, keep being smart, and focus on some different goals for a little while. That's really the best you can. So I'm going to change up, do some mobility stuff, and strengthen some of my weak points. Hopefully that way, when I do come back to throw, I'm really ready for it. And things were good. Remember that you've put in some work before this. I was throwing well before I got hurt, and I'm probably going to throw well after I'm fixed. So stay confident in that. Stay confident in your abilities as a lifter, as an athlete, and just keep doing the work. So another morning, Chloe rolled out. Really stoked to get to meet her. Her story's fascinating and been through way more shit than my really easy life has ever gone. And look, I'm not here to make any type of fucking political statement. I just simply love being introduced to people that have gone a different path, that we've ended up kind of in the same point with a passion for training. Pretty much that simple. Had a ball last night. She didn't have some strict program that she had to stick to or any of that. She just jumped in and lifted with me and did what I felt like doing. I like that. It is about that time. I'm gonna get on the bike and do some cardio. I've really fucking slacked off the last couple weeks after kind of getting news on the knee. Now I'll meet with my doctor in a couple days to figure out what the plan is for the knee. It feels a lot better, but I mean, make no mistake, it's fucked. So it's just tricking me. It's a false sense of like, oh, it feels better, I think I'm alright. It's not better, it's shitty. And so it's just waiting for the next dumb thing I do that really hurts it. So, do some bike this morning, and I'll lift this afternoon, do some upper body, some bench, stuff like that. The new Hitman game comes out, so that should kill Friday afternoon, or evening. Have so much new stuff coming out for Hate Brand Goods. Really stoked. We're gonna do shaker cups. We have an insulated thermos coming out, like a water jug, and some reruns of shirts in different colors, and all the new stuff is restocking, so very exciting. So I'm gonna sit on the bike and read. I've shown this before, but I'm gonna open it up and crack it now and start reading. I've heard nothing but fucking great things. All right, bike time. All right, do some upper body. Knee's not gonna bug me out doing some bench. So I'm gonna start the same way I normally do. Quick little mobility run through. I'm gonna do some arm swings back and forth. Some stuff to loosen up the elbows, the wrist. Some snatch grip presses behind the neck, some clean grip or kind of close grip presses in front. Just to kind of get things moving, get things grooved, and wake up the body. Then as normal, I'll start my bench, hitting some center mass bell presses, get things warmed up, and then actually working to the bench. I'm gonna hit some triples tonight, since that's what part of my program is. We'll go from there. And that's really it. That's kind of what I do to train around a couple injuries and get a bench training in. All in all, that was kind of a really couple of good days. So we'll keep moving forward and get through this injury and get ready to get part of the next rest of the season. Until then, spread hate, always party. And look like an asshole on an airplane talking to a camera.